Hello, guys. Welcome to Salty. This is a new channel, uh, and I'm hoping it will become your destination for critique, opinion, commentary on what's going on in general in the South African YouTube community, or maybe just generally, if I feel like it warrants my comment on it. So today, unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that last night or early in the morning last night, um, a certain YouTuber was exposed by the name of Larry, aka Laryngitis. Yeah, weird name, I know. So, if you didn't know, what was laryngitis? So laryngitis was one of three Microwave Boys. So Microwave Boys was a show on YouTube where they would react to whatever's happening or whatever trending topics are happening in the country. All right. So um, he was the founder of the concept. I think he came up with the concept of Microwave Boys. And so last night or early in the morning, I'm not sure exactly when it was, one of his exes and baby mamas made a thread on Twitter essentially saying that laryngitis used to beat her and that he did so while she was pregnant. Not that it matters. He used to hit her, full stop, right? So is this the first time Larry is in trouble? No, the last time it was simply for being a deadbeat dad, but that didn't really have much of an impact in terms of canceling the show, like the whole of Microwave Boys. Um, I mean, naturally, when a group of guys get together, there's going to be trouble. And so the trouble in this case is that one of them is an abusive deadbeat father. So I'm gonna read bits of the thread here that I have. Well, the most important parts of the thread. So the thread is quite long, so I'll just read a few tweets. So she tweeted, "We were in the middle of an argument when he threw me to the ground and started to kick and punch me. He didn't care how much I cried telling him to stop. It wasn't the first time he had gotten physical with me, but that morning I realized that if I don't leave him, he'd do more." Alright, so that's the key part of the tweet, right? We don't need to go any further. I will try and link her tweets if you want to go read all of them. But yeah, so that pretty much started everything and he started trending. Taboo, the club. So apparently these guys have day jobs. South Africa's YouTube platform is not big enough that a YouTuber wouldn't have a day job. So his day job is that he's a club promoter, right? So he works at Taboo, which is one of the clubs in Joburg. Oh, it's a chain. It's a club of chain. It's a franchise of clubs. Yeah. So he lost his job. I think they said they fired him in the statement. And then Menzi announced that Microwave Boys is no more. For me, that's when I was like, okay, so there's no more Microwave Boys. Because to me, Menzi is Microwave Boys, even though he doesn't appear on camera. I feel like he produces the show. Or am I wrong? I don't know. So when I saw Menzi's tweets, that's when I was like, oh, this shit's over. Right? So I will read Menzi's tweets. And then we'll move on to the opinion section of this video, right? So Menzi says, as someone who has been vocal about abuse, waking up to Noxie's thread regarding Larry's abuse is infuriating. There is no press release or much to discuss on my side. Microwave Boys is over. I apologize to everyone disappointed and affected by the situation. So that was Menzi, aka Anarcadium. Anarcadium is the channel on whom Microwave Boys happens, right? So after that, I was just like, okay, so well, that's done. And then I saw Sipo's tweets, who pretty much said the same thing. He says he's stepping away from Microwave Boys and that he cannot stand beside someone who supports abuse. right? So right off the bat, I think this is it's a good thing to see that these are the reactions his friends or people who are most publicly seen with him are reacting. So I think that's good in my opinion. But hey, because this is Twitter, and uh, and you can never keep everyone happy. There are people who are not satisfied, right? And there are also people who are alleging that his friends, so Sipo and Spaga, knew about this alleged abuse. And there was also another girl who was brought up who spoke out about laryngitis, but apparently that was swept under the rug. So there were questions being asked. And I'm like, these are valid questions because I don't know. Like, did these niggas know what was going on? And they now just quickly distancing themselves for whatever reason. That's another thing. What reason do they have to step away from microwave boys? And then I saw this tweet that was like, hey, these guys are getting jobs from like microwave boys. Like I believe they were talking about shows that they all have on TV now because of microwave boys. So they might have been protecting that. I'm not sure. Um, but in this case, I'm going to this might be a bit controversial, but this is why this channel is anonymous right now, right? But to me, Menzi seems to be like a really solid content creator dude, and I don't think he'd ever put his content at risk like that. Like if he knew that laryngitis was an abusive asshole, I don't think he'd risk it like that and just like continue until it was too late like this. And then Sipo as well, he seems like a really good guy. Oh my god. That's not a good enough reason to like believe that he didn't know, but like I have no other reason to believe otherwise other than like the tweets from other people. The only thing that I'm going to believe now is their actions right now, and their actions right now are reflecting that they didn't know because they immediately distanced themselves away from him. Why am I not mentioning Spaga, you ask? Because he didn't really say much. I saw a tweet later today where he's also distancing himself, saying he's out with microwave boys. But for me at this stage, did it really matter? He didn't even have to say anything because A, no one was coming for him. Because people were coming for Sipo and Menzi, but no one was coming for Spaga. And Spaga, I was never really into him because for me, Spaga played this dummy character that I didn't really think was realistic. And I didn't appreciate, I really stopped liking him in the Mislali episode where he was being so weird. And I'm not sure, I'm not speaking on behalf of Mislali, but I feel like he was making her uncomfortable. I'll try to put a few clips of what I mean.
Hug me, let's see. So if we're hugging,
like this.
we hug like.
Why is your leg up? Why is your leg up?
No, that's one hug, swag. Get out of this bitch, peace.
Do you know me and you? Guys, do you know me and you can ping, 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 ping. Ping, 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 ping. Do you know that?
Guys,
do you know, Mitali, do you know me?
it was nice.
We can ping, we can ping, ping. Mitali, we can ping, 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 ping.
Why is he always this person? I died in
Mitali, we can ping.
That's my episode when he's like,
But in his behavior in that episode was very appalling to me, and I was surprised that people. I saw a couple of tweets here and there trying to be like, "Yo, Spaga, why are you being weird in the Mihlali episode?" Right? But I believe people let that go because of what I'm gonna call adorkable misogyny, which is like the kind of misogyny that you see in shows like The Big Bang Theory. I'll put the whole video that explains the concept below, but the perverted ways of a character like Howard, and even sometimes Leonard, the way it's excused is that, oh, he's just a cute little innocent nerd and he doesn't mean any harm, you know. I'm not sure if I explained that correctly, but I'll try and find like a text definition of adorkable misogyny and put it on the screen.
Adorkable misogynist. Adorkable misogynists are male characters whose geeky version of masculinity is framed as both comically pathetic and endearing.
Well, wait, what's on top of that?
Wireless webcams, way below.
And it's their status as nerdy nice guys that then lets them off the hook for a wide range of creepy, entitled, and downright sexist behaviors.
You may want to put on slacks.
What? Ew, stop it.
Great. So now, Spada aside, the bottom line is that we are where we are now, and if these niggas knew, so if Menzi, Spada, and the other one knew, then I mean surely karma would be in the fact that, I mean, no shade, just tea, but most of Arcadium's series on his channel come to an end for some reason. There was Broke Niggas, and then there was the other one. You can tell I've been watching Arcadium for a while. I watched him before Microwave Boys. Like, I've been watching his content before Microwave Boys. So yeah, those kinds of things on his channel always die off for some reason. So maybe, like, if you knew, that's karma. But obviously, if you didn't know, you know, a door closes, something else is going to open. I believe this will lead to greater things for him. Like, there's something greater in store for him, because I don't think he deserves to suffer because of what Larry did. And in addition to that, he did seem very well. His tweet and his there was no hesitation in quitting Microwave Boys, so I believe that's a good sign on his part. As for Larry, Mans should be in prison. What can we say? He was my least favorite, at least, as this tweet that I like said. It said he was super creepy. One of the my least favorite episodes did was the part where they look at hot girls on Instagram. Yeah, that was not cute. Like, there's a lot to be unpacked if you go back and look at the types of girls that were there, and like the comments that were being said and everything. Right? There's a lot to be said there, but that's a story for another day. Would I say the counseling of Microwave Boys as a whole needed to happen? At first, I was like, no, Larry needs to go. But the fact that he's the one who came up with the idea and created it, it means it's essentially his legacy. So if you think about it in that way, then it definitely needed to go. I mean, Microwave Boys was a good idea, but because the nigga's gonna be niggerish, it got to go. Right? And on a sincere note, I can only imagine the trauma, how traumatic this was for Noxie, and like the amount of courage it took for her to even make that thread, because this could have easily backfired on her, because people, you know how people are, they'll be like, girl, where the evidence is? Who are you? You know, they could have totally taken his side and like bombasted or something, right? And I don't think there could ever be anything that would happen to Larry that could ever make up for her, for the amount of pain that she suffered at his hands, like at his abuse, right? Because I mean, imagine the amount of mental scarring she has now. And I think counseling Microwave Boys is probably the least we can do. But do I think Larry's life is ruined? Definitely not. He is, after all, a man, and it's so difficult to cancel a man. Shout out Chris Brown. I mean, I'll imagine he'll still get gigs or whatever behind the scenes. You know how niggas be. And you know, there's definitely a hand texting him. Oh my God, are you okay? I saw what is going on Twitter. Just so you know, I am here for you. And, oh my God. And then personally, am I going to unsubscribe from Anna Kadium's channel? I'm not gonna unsubscribe. Uh, I won't, but and then I will probably continue watching his content. His views are definitely gonna go down because right now, Microwave Boys was the series on his channel that was bringing in the subscribers and everything. I mean, I do occasionally watch these film on review type thingies that he has. Sometimes, keyword here, but yeah. Um, I hope Noxie is okay and she is healing and that uh, she reaches some level of having completely closed the wound that this nigga probably made in her head. Laryngitis, bro, you're gonna get what's coming to you. As for the rest of the dudes, good luck, guys. It was fun while it lasted. Microwave Boys, that is. Well, Sippo was fun in it. I already said I didn't really like the other two, so maybe Sippo should actually start his own YouTube channel. I think that would be great. But thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys subscribe. This channel is gonna get super controversial. I will be going after your faves, and you will leave hate comments. But I don't really care because this shit anonymous. Okay, guys, see you guys next time. Bye.